Hello, friends. Welcome back. Today's segment of Mindful Moments, it focuses on positive mindset. My name is Mariana, and I am thrilled to spend the next few minutes with all of you looking at how we can be more mindful about our mindset, about how we process and respond to things that happen to us. I offer these segments in both English and Spanish, so if you're interested in participating in this positive mindset activity in Spanish, you can certainly find it in the Mindful Moments collection. I also make many of the other recordings in Spanish as well, so you'll find other ones too. So today's focus on positive mindset will entail a piece of paper and a pen. If you need a moment to reach for it, please pause, find what you need and return. Come join us when you're ready. If you're sitting at the computer or at a tablet, you can certainly use it to type with. But I often recommend pencil and or paper, or pen and paper for these activities, because there's something different that happens when we're writing out, especially around these kinds of activities. So again, feel free to pause, reach for what you need, and join us when you're ready. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to spend a few moments writing or journaling about a negative experience or something that happened to us in which we had a negative reaction to. And then we're going to reflect on it. We're going to think about the experience from a positive mindset, and I'll guide you along the way. And then we will look at it, right? And perhaps take it as a learning opportunity, as an opportunity for growth. And if we ever find ourselves in that situation or in that experience in that moment again, maybe we can respond differently, or have a different reaction to it, or make another choice. So let's start first. Before we start, let's take a deep breath. We're going to bring increased oxygen into our brain. So you can sit with your palms facing up, facing down, whatever feels most relaxing to you. Straight back, lengthen the spine, open up the shoulders. Good. And then just let your arms fall by your side. We're going to start with 3 deep breaths. We're going to inhale through the nose, slow and steady. We're going to hold it, and then we're going to breathe out through the nose, slow and steady. Good. Do another one. Inhale through the nose, breathing in, slow and steady. Hold, breathe out through the nose. Good. On your own, do the 3rd breath on your own. Inhale. Great, beautiful. Okay, so why are we breathing? We're breathing to clear. Sometimes this is just a really good way to kind of clear our minds. We're also, like I mentioned, bringing more oxygen into our brain, which wakes us up a little bit, right? It energizes us, makes us more alert so that we can be more aware. So it's really nice to start any activity with just a couple, 1, 2, 3 short breaths like these. Okay, so having your materials with you, think of a time when a friend told you a story about a negative experience that they had, something that happened to them. Recall a friend sharing. It might have happened recently, it might have happened a while back. Just recall that. Recall listening to the friend sharing his or her or their story. Because it didn't happen, right, to you, and certainly it's the case, it's happened in the case where somebody's sharing something with me, because it didn't happen with me, I'm able to listen perhaps more calmly. I'm able to respond in a more encouraging and supportive way. Sometimes even try to help my friend identify the positive out of the situation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to write to ourselves, so that nobody's going to read it, nobody's going to see it. This is just for you. We are going to write a story to ourselves, a story about an experience that happened to you. I'll write a story about an experience that happened to me that perhaps made me angry, that perhaps upset me. And we're going to spend 2 minutes, and I'll time it. We're going to spend 2 minutes writing about this experience. Let whatever comes up just come up, but bring it to the paper. Don't stay thinking about it. Don't stay thinking about it. Just bring it to the paper. Just keep writing and keep writing out the story, writing out the experience, writing out how you felt. So we're going to do this for 2 minutes, and then we'll go back and look at it and do the next part. So think about an experience. What upset you, made you angry. Write it out, and write out how you felt about it. The 2 minutes start now. Okay, 10 more seconds. Okay. So let's put our paper and pen down, or maybe relax our hands from the keyboard. We're going to do a couple breaths, and then we'll move on. You can relax the hands. Good. A couple natural breaths here. Now you're going to inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. Inhale, hold the breath. We're exhaling through the mouth now. Exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale, hold the breath, and exhale. Good. Okay. Now, we're going to look at what we wrote again. And we're going to read it as though the story is happening to a friend. And you can also read it as though you're writing to a friend, whatever feels most comfortable to you. So reread it and look at it, notice, read it slowly. And as you're reading, and when you're done reading, think about how you would respond as a friend to yourself, or if it's happening to a friend, how you would respond to your friend. Another way you can read it is as though a friend is responding to you. Your choice, whatever feels most comfortable. So you can read it as though it's happening to a friend and you're responding. You can read it as though you're writing it to a friend. And then the friend is responding to you. So now just take a moment to read. Emotions might come up. Memory, right? You might be bringing back the memory, reliving in some way the experience. Breathe as you're reading. Breathe as you're doing so. And as you're now in the responding part, whether it's you responding to a friend or friend responding to you, and we're just thinking through the response. You feel free to write it down if you like, but you don't need to. Think about responding from a supportive but also positive mindset. Think about it as you are a fly on the wall and you're observing the story, what happened, the emotions. And as you're thinking through the response, where is the opportunity for learning? Where is the opportunity for growth? Where is the opportunity for calming down the emotions? Just take a moment. You can underline, you can mark, you can circle any parts of the story that you want to look at, that you want to focus on. Also respond with compassion, patience. And where is the learning here? And how can I approach this situation from a positive mindset in which the situation, if I ever found myself in this situation again, if this experience ever took place again, how would I respond differently? How would I choose again? Okay. So I really, really, really encourage you to spend time with this. You can write longer. You can describe the circumstance or the experience in greater detail if you like, and then respond again, writing down the responses if you feel like, oh, this is really good stuff I'm coming up with. I gotta, write that down and hold on to it. Do so. I've done it before in situations in which I've come out of anger or rage. Maybe I lashed out on somebody, or maybe I just can't get past a certain situation. I write it out, and then I go back and I read it again in a more supportive way, as though a friend perhaps were giving me the support around it. And maybe looking at it a little bit differently from a more positive mindset, which is the focus of today's mindful moment. It's really a pleasure to spend this time with you. I know that sometimes an exercise like this can really kind of stir things up. So let's just breathe for another moment together as we close today's practice. And remember, these are all about becoming more aware, becoming more mindful around our responses and around how we process different aspects of our lives as we move around our day-to-day lives. Okay, so again, just palms relaxed on your lap. Take a deep breath in. And just a deep breath out again through the mouth. Releasing, 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 and deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's take our dominant hand. For me, it's my right hand. Rest it over our less dominant hand. For me, would be my left hand, and it's the hand I use least. I use my right hand the most. Just kind of rest it on your lap. Give it some support. Give it some rest. And thank you all for participating with me today. Thank you, MCPS, the Mindful Moments crew, and everybody else that's always so helpful in making these possible. My name is Mariana, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.